Hey everyone, Ronan back. We're checking out Ancient Magus Bride, and we're on episode 24, the final episode of this season, and will be the end of my reaction for Ancient Magus Bride. And it's been a crazy ride. This is a very different show than what I'm ever used to, really. It's pacing. It's a bit on the slow side, but that's okay. This is one of those rare shows where it can be slow and it's cool. It's just fine because it gives you a lot of information and just like the slice of life type of episodes, and really just lets episodes breathe and just kind of show you what a day in a life is for someone that does magic, and whether they're a mage or a sorcerer, things like that, and just shows what sort of different beings there are that exist in this world. And it's really cool. They all have different perspectives on life and existence in general, which is really cool, and we get to explore all that stuff. So this has been a cool ride. You know, another great example of what's fun about doing these reaction videos is diving into stuff that I normally wouldn't have just on my own. So yeah, it's cool that I was given the opportunity to do that. So thanks guys for picking this show for me, and I got to check it out and see something different. Sometimes it's cool just to get outside your box and just experience something different, and for better or worse, just stick with it and see where it goes. Luckily, the stuff you guys have allowed me to watch has been pretty good, and it's been different, and even if it's something that I normally wouldn't watch, at least it's interesting. And this is kind of one of those shows where yeah, like I know there's more things beyond this, though maybe it's still in production or whatever, but like I do plan to watch more of this, but just kind of on my own kind of thing, just because of what my schedule is going to be looking like here, and I have a window of opportunity to finish this and also start a new thing, and it's a very small window. So really it's just because of my schedule that I'm not going to do like the OVAs and stuff as a reaction, or if the next season ever comes out, it may take me a bit to get to it, you know, if I ever do it. But I'm glad I got to check out this first season, dive into that, and I am excited to dive into whatever happens next, because at this point we haven't figured it out yet. There's a poll going on right now, some really good shows in that poll, and hopefully, you know, we get something really cool out of it. Guys, feel free to check out my Patreon. We're usually 3 episodes ahead. So by this time, we're already into the next thing. So probably by at least a few episodes, something like that. So, but anyway, check that out. And I do have a Discord server. And feel free to jump on that and chat it up with everybody. But anyway, we're going to dive on into this final episode. It's going to be crazy. Oh, it's a bit different. You're gonna change the intro now? At least the animation part? That old dude should have totally tapped that vampire. I don't know how that would have worked out, but for men everywhere. Her life sucks too, man. Fucking. She doesn't really have it great either. That's right. Time to kick some ass. This fucking guy. Yeah, this guy can go away now. Nice. Yeah, fuck yeah, Ruth. I just realized, is that the same voice actress as Tokasa? I think it's Tosaka, but I think it's the same voice actress. I like her. Alright, Elias. We're gonna finally do some shit. Oh shit. That can't be the end of him. Nice. Jeez. Oh shit. Damn, Roof. He just took that eye right back out. He just needed a hug. She's just giving him the talk no jutsu. I'd ask where the rest of the band is playing this song, but it is magic after all, so I'll accept it. Oh, okay. I just now put that together. She put her sleep spell in the song she sang to him, because that's like her specialty, and she's like really good at that shit. Yeah, didn't she make him promise her something like before this all shit went down? Maybe it like wasn't to kill Cartaphilus. Interesting, because it's like she has two curses inside of her that do the exact opposite thing. So they're like, well, we're at a bit of an impasse here. Hey, she got her eye back. I love everybody when they're drawn in their little chibi forms. Is everybody happy now? Are we good to go? Alright, we're kind of back to normal again, I guess. That's what I'm wondering, actually. We put him at the bottom of a well. Got it. Oh, because he's sleeping. Or maybe not. Huh, that's an interesting solution to that. I've got one comment to say about that, but I'll say it later. That'd be a pretty dope place to live at. I know I said that much earlier in the season, but it's very well drawn. All right. Okay. It's her birthday, but she's using it to celebrate hers instead. That's cool.
おばさんにお願いして作ってもらったの。ありがとう。ねえ、開けてみて。
Okay, so she still has to wear like a glove to cover up that hand. Wait, are they getting married?
ステラからプレゼントなんですけど。
ベールは？
ベールはアンジェリカさんが。
She's got all these little fairy wingmen.
左手を貸してください。左手。
うん。
そっちは右手。手袋も取って。
はい。
持ち主に何かあったらお互いわかるようになってます。安心してもらえるかと。
左手の薬指は結婚指輪だって聞いたけど。
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
まだ去年の話ですけど、あなたに買い取られていろんなことが変わりました。
Yeah, as people do, they buy each other. Yeah.
生まれ変わったわけじゃないし、今もやっぱりこんな体じゃなければって思うけど、今なら考えられるんです。あの時飛ばなかったから今ここにいられるんだって。そう思うためにはあなただけじゃダメだった。
Is she gonna propose?
あなたが。
僕は君が嫌だということは二度とやらないつもりだ。僕は君に関わることでまた怪物になってしまうかもしれない。
Sounds like a regular couple.
ぶつかったら、わからなかったら、二人でちゃんと相談しましょう。ちょうどいいところを探すために。これからはあなたの隣で一緒に歩いてもいいですか？
We getting married or what?
もちろん君は僕のお嫁さんなんだから。
I still think it's kind of odd, but you know, at least they have more reasons to like each other and stuff. That was the end. Well, let's see if there's anything at the end. There's something. So we'll jump to the end here.
弟子はやめる？
エリアスは。
継続で。
私もです。よろしくお願いします。私の
Senpai.
まだ恥ずかしいので勘弁してください。ただいま。
Okay, that's it. Okay, well, that's it. That's the first season, right? So yeah, that at least was wrapped up in a nice little bow. And to go back to the point of putting Cartaphilus to sleep, it's interesting. Anytime I myself have ever gotten into, like, you know, maybe I'm like ridiculously stressed out or super anxious or depressed or, you know, whatever, and I kind of don't feel like I have many other options or anything like that, usually my very last resort is to go to sleep, because it's like kind of the only place where I can just rest, basically. And it usually does the trick. It doesn't, you know, it doesn't get rid of my problems necessarily, but it does at least give me relief. It gives me peace, things like that. So that's an interesting solution to his problem, you know, because they literally, we can't fix you, man. Like, this is the thing, you know, and at least not yet anyway. And, you know, maybe someday someone might be able to crack that code, but for now, what we can offer you is a spell that will give you relief and you can be at peace, you know, even if it's just temporary kind of thing. And yeah, it was cool that it was kind of crazy. I didn't even realize what she was doing, you know, like I thought she would just kind of give him a hug and sing him a little lullaby, and that's kind of it. But there was more to that, because I forgot that there was a past episode where she sang to Elias and accidentally put him to sleep. You know, she said she was bad at like making, you know, sleeping potions and stuff, but whenever she was singing, she like basically infused her song when she was singing with magic, and she made that into a sleeping spell. and she initially was probably casting a sleep spell kind of like more traditionally, I guess, whenever they had that first little tussle. And then he was like, yeah, you can't put me to sleep. Sleeping spells don't work on me. But then she busted out she got the heart of the cards at that moment, fucking busted out that sleep spell that was in the form of singing, and that did the trick. Knocked her right out. Or knocked him right out. And that was cool. But yeah, that's an interesting solution to the problem, even though it's not really like a permanent solution, and that's cool that the story wasn't thinking, whoever wrote the story wasn't thinking like, yeah, we need to find an actual solution to this. We need to have our characters have all the answers to all of our problems by the end of it. No, we don't have that. It's not a perfect world. Obviously not. They live in an imperfect world where magic exists. That's just kind of an interesting idea. The fact that we literally have magic at our disposal and our world is still as fucked up as it is. So it's kind of an interesting concept that, not even magic can get rid of problems, whether you're human or not. So yeah, just an interesting concept there. But yeah, so we're pretty much done, I guess. So, yeah, great ride. Thanks to everybody that joined me on this journey. It's interesting that you don't really. I don't think there was anyone that reacted to this series yet, at least on YouTube or anything. But at least at this point. But so yeah, it's cool that I got to go through it and kind of see what this was about. I had seen this anime floating around before, but just never really had the opportunity to take the time to dive in, and now I did. And I love its originality in regards to what its approach to magic is, because it's not like anything I've seen before or heard before. You see like movies and some TV shows that involve magic, and none of them really quite do it for me in regards to being unique and things like that. Like for example, like the Doctor Strange movies. Like I would love for those movies to get like a lot deeper with magic, and even if it gets a bit convoluted, I'm okay with that. Just try to like go deeper with it. It just seems so tame in my opinion. They do their little whips, they do the whips, and then they do the little circle things, and that seems to be the basis for all of their magic. And I'm just like, surely you can do something else. And in the second movie, they kind of did a bit more in regards to that. So kudos for even trying to do something more creative. But then like it kind of, but to me still, it doesn't go deep enough with magic. It's not a different enough world, and I get they're trying to just they're trying to make it simple enough for even kids to grasp onto it and understand what's going on. But still, I feel like for a movie and for a character like Doctor Strange who studies magic all the time, and like what can it do, and of all the things he could be doing, he makes a circle to walk through to teleport somewhere, and he like whips people with his little whippy thing, and fucking at least in the second movie, now he's like, I'll fight you with music notes, and I'll teleport myself into an undead version of me, and I'll be an undead version of myself. So at least there was like a couple things, but like still, I feel like it's still within the realm of things that we've seen plenty of, just a different version of. Like we've seen zombies, so cool, whatever. Here in this show, just so I can get off Doctor Strange, but here in this show, like just its approach to like a sorcerer or a mage or a witch, and what's the difference between all of them, and the way they think and the way they approach things, the way they view life. Fairies, what's their role in this world? How curses work, dragons, and like the magic, that dragons possess. Sleigh baggies, what are they? How do people react around sleigh baggies, things like that. So, and how do these beings interact with our world, and how they coexist with that, while being seen or not being seen. So it's a very even though not a whole lot is like being said about like how things work, they show you a lot and they kind of just let you just soak it in at whatever pace they want you to. So it's definitely a very interesting take, and probably the most interesting take on magic I've ever seen. It may not be like the most exciting, just because it's not them fucking trying to Harry Potter shit to death or whatever, but like but still it's kind of more of a subtle thing. It's a more of a, you know, maybe it's more of like a spiritual take on it. I don't know, but like but it's definitely very interesting. It makes me wish this was kind of how things were, but at the same time that would also be really fucking scary, because then you don't know what could be around you at any time. You know, technically that could be true now, but like, but as far as, you know, what we know in this world here, that could be a scary thing. But yeah, pretty cool. I would be interested in a second season if that were to come around, but I think for now, just because the reality of, you know, doing a reaction show, like for instance, this is 24 episodes. This potentially takes me about 24 weeks of work, basically. So, you know, by the time I end the season or whatever, it could, you know, a lot of time has passed, and it's time to kind of take a break, take a step back, take a break, disconnect, see what's next. I'm definitely not opposed to visiting a season 2, you know, once that's all finished, and just to see where it goes and, you know, see what the next adventure is and stuff like that. But anyway, yeah, their relationship at the end, even though they didn't technically like get married or whatever, they're just saying, yeah, you're my bride and blah blah blah. It still feels like it's like work in progress, you know. Yeah, it's just one season, and if there's more story, then that makes sense. You know, maybe they're still building on that relationship and stuff like that, and still working on it. After all, that's what they were saying at the end. They're still wanting to work through stuff and talk about things and open up to each other about more stuff. So it makes sense that maybe they don't like conclude like this is as far as they get in their relationship and things are just good, happily ever after. So that makes sense. But yeah, otherwise, maybe it's supposed to not be in a state of like, oh, they're in a very great place in their relationship, which I guess technically they are in a good place in their relationship, but it's not like, oh yeah, they're super mad in love and they're all over each other. Like, it's not like that or anything like that. So great show. I'm glad I watched it. Thanks for recommending it. By this time, we're probably already on to something else. So I'm not sure if YouTube's going to see it just yet at this point by the time YouTube sees this, but otherwise, for sure, we're going to be on to the next show. Hopefully it's something really cool. And but yeah, I hope you enjoyed the reaction, and I'll see you next time.